Two very important points where I actually have serious agreement with the postmillennial theonomists, dominionists, Christian reconstructionists, and similar others who have a vision for the Christianization of society, the transformation of nations into Christian nations. That is the goal of the church. One point on a eschatological level, as far as the end time vision, is that ultimately we agree that Christ is the great King who is coming to reign over the entire world, all of creation, receive glory through all aspects of creation, of culture, technology, art, education, knowledge, science. He's the king over all peoples and king over everything. One missiological, and I just mentioned that in the last video, that those who have this vision for Christianizing the nations, we agree that the church, Christ's people, have a crucial role in getting us to to seeing that ultimate vision fulfilled, where Christ is King, ruling over all the earth. We aren't simply to sit down and wait for him to come, but have a job to do to get the world ready for it. So, on that second point, this is where the postmillennial theonomists and myself would be on one side, as opposed to classical Darbian dispensationalist, that where the thrust is waiting for avoid the temptations of this world, avoid getting involved with the world, even getting involved with it, because it's a big messy, contaminated place, and keep yourselves from the corruption of being stained by the world, while just waiting for Christ to come. So the Christian nation builders and myself agree that the church has an important mission that requires us to get out and get involved. Now, on this first point of that Christ is king over all the earth, I want to show one video, because it's actually remarkable. The notion that I mentioned it in an earlier video, that where we're headed is not simply to be spirit beings floating on the clouds, but in heaven. There's actually that's kind of a popular lay level image that has somehow infiltrated a lot of Christian thinking. But remarkably, theologians from a broad swath of almost all branches of Christianity agree that no, that the ultimate goal is we're getting resurrected bodies. We're going to be physical beings on a physical earth. And so Christ is coming to physically reign on a physical earth over physical beings, and new heavens and new earth. So this clip, I enjoyed this clip. John Piper's interviewing three guys: Jim Hamilton, a classical premillennialist; Sam Storms, amillennialist; and Doug Wilson, postmillennialist. Three guys. They're all from the Reformed branch of evangelical Christianity, but they have very different pictures of eschatology, end times, how to interpret the Book of Revelation, how to the Olivet Discourse of how future history is unfolding. But they had remarkable agreement on one question that he asked them.
Do you all believe that the Lord Jesus is coming back physically, visibly, to reign some way or other on the earth forever?
Yes.
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 Okay.
Well then.
Guess that settles it.
So that chuckle there at the end is because, to say, these guys are coming from three very different theological camps when it comes to eschatology. And the other, how long was this video? 2 hours? Yeah, 2 hours. Most of the 2 hours is them debating different points that they disagree on, and arguing. And here there was a one-word answer from all of them: yes. And there's a bit of a chuckle also, because I think a lot of people who understand that this is the historic Orthodox Christian view, is that Jesus is coming to reign on the new earth, not just floaty spirit beings in heaven. A lot of people think, oh, I'm the only people, or my theological group is the only people that realize this. And in fact, it's normal. It's actually across. It's only kind of a lay, commonplace myth that has gotten into people's heads at the lay level of Christianity that we're going to be spirit beings floating on the clouds. But theologians of all different camps agree that Jesus is coming physically to reign over New Earth. We're going to have physical bodies, and then I also there's really not even a debate there amongst on the theological side. And then I also love this quote from Abraham Kuyper, favorite quote from theonomists and dominionists of various sorts who want to see the sovereignty of Christ ruling over the various spheres of creation. And Kuyper said, "There is not a square inch in the whole domain of our human existence over which Christ, who is sovereign over all, does not cry, 'Mine!'" Right? So Jesus is coming to reign over all the earth. So that's the extent of it. And over every square inch and every aspect, every sphere, every, government, art, science, coming to reign over everything. And I love that quote as much as the dominionist theologians do. That is the ultimate where things are ending up on. Now the only question is and we agree that the church has a role to play in getting us from here to there. The question is, what is that role? What do the intermediate steps look like in how we end up getting there? And so we need to talk about where there's disagreement there.